That special time of year is here again, guys. We made it to the conference finals. But first, we got to recap the semi conference finals. And I'm going to lie, this was a very unpredictable one for real. Who would have thought New York would have beat Boston in six? Stephen A. Smith was having a field day along with New York as a city. Probably state too, but god damn. It's bleeding orange and blue skies. Oh my god. Let's get into this recap. My family's asleep. I'm not trying to be too loud. It's already 10 o'clock at night. I gotta go to bed my damn self. So let's get this shit going. We all knew that Indiana was going to take care of business versus Cleveland. Cleveland is not really a playoff or championship team. They're definitely a playoff team, but they're not a championship team. They don't have it yet. I don't think they have it just yet. Donovan Mitchell needs help. I don't think Donovan Mitchell is the one to be the champion or the guy that leads a team to a champion, if that makes sense. And Indiana, their team chemistry is locked in for real. Like them in OKC with team chemistry is crazy. So I'm gonna always go with team chemistry for real. So Indy took care of business here, right? Like I said, who would have thought New York would have beat Boston? Prayers up to Jason Tatum, though. No one wants to see a non-contact related injury. That has to be like a torn Achilles or things like that. Prayers up to you, speed of recovery, all that good stuff. But since Boston went home in the second round, that front office got some work to do. It's going to be a different team by the time we come back in October. You feel me? But hey, New York took care of business. Brunson, clutch player of the year, respectfully. He's been balling. Cat shows up when he wants to show up, but he definitely showed up in the closeout game. Same with Josh Hart having a triple-double. Mikal Bridges has been phenomenal this series. He definitely stepped up defensively with the 2 back-to-back game-winning plays for game 1 and 2 in Boston. That was crazy. Then he did something special in the Garden, I think, too. I forget what game it was, but my boy was going crazy. You feel me? But yeah, prayers up to Tatum, and hopefully the Celtics can figure out what their life is. Moving on to Minnesota. It's crazy how, Cat was once with Minnesota last year and they went to the West Finals. Now he's with New York in the East Finals. It's crazy. Anyway, Minnesota definitely took care of business versus a Curry-less Golden State Warriors. Prayers up to Curry as well. He had the hamstring that had him sit out the rest of the season. But yeah, man, Ant-Man is just on his Thanos tour. He collecting all the OG stones. For real. Trying to be the face of the league, rightfully so. And Minnesota is also clicking team chemistry-wise. Like, they had a mission. They're still on a mission. You know what I'm saying? They're on a mission to get this title and to be back in this position because that's where they fell short last year versus Luka and the Mavericks. Now Luka's a Laker and he's at home regardless. But that's besides the point. Ant-Man is ready to take what's his this year, I feel like, versus OKC Thunder, who beat the Nuggets. Now, real shit, though. Huge respect to Aaron Gordon. My boy played Game 7 with a grade 2 hamstring sprain. That shit hurts like a motherfucker. But he went out there, played 25 minutes, dropped 8 points, and grabbed 11 rebounds. Huge respect. You got my respect for life, Aaron Gordon. That's crazy. I give you kudos. He really said do or die, when to go home type shit. but OKC smacked the fuck out these boys. And like I said in the previous video, whoever wins this series particularly is going to be the MVP, right? So between game 1 or game 2 or maybe game 5 of the next series, expect to see Shai Gilgeous-Alexander raise that MVP trophy in front of his Thunder crowd. And I'm sure they're going to win that game that night too. So just expect that. Anyways, for Denver, man, it's time to get rid of Michael Porter Jr. or move on from Jamal Murray. And I know that hurts me to say, but it's the truth. Like, Jamal Murray, he definitely did great in game 6. But mostly, you know what I'm saying, as the Robin to Nikola Jokic, it's crazy that we call him the Joker, but he's the Batman of the team. You know what I'm saying? He's really the most valuable player to that team, respectfully. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is definitely balling this year, and they're going to give it to him because of this series right here. So I'll definitely give it to him for sure. Moving on. The moment we're all here for. Jesus Christ. I'm not going to lie. This is going to be bittersweet, you know, with the Eastern Conference Finals. This rivalry between New York and Indiana has been going on for decades. Since before I was even born, this shit was going on. And I'm 30. You know what I'm saying? So this shit is just another chapter to a legendary rivalry, if you will, between these two teams. And Brunson and Halliburton do not fuck with each other. They had the little WWE appearance. What was that, last year or 2 years ago? But these niggas don't fuck with each other for real. Oh, man. But I'm not going to lie, bro. Indiana, everything is clicking for these boys. They gentlemen swept their last 2 matchups, Milwaukee and Cleveland. I'm not saying they about to gentlemen sweep these boys. If it happens, we just going to call Indiana, instead of the Pacers, they're the gentlemen sweepers. Because how you going to gentlemen sweep your way to the finals? That's crazy. But anyways, Indy has been clicking on all levels. So I'm definitely going Indiana in 6. And in the Western Conference, even though OKC has the better team chemistry in this matchup, I'm definitely going Minnesota. Like I said, Ant-Man is coming for his. He fell short. He got gentlemen swept in the Western Conference Finals versus Luka when he was with Dallas and the Mavericks. But hey, I think Ant-Man smelled blood. He want that trophy. You feel me? He want to hoist that trophy and be Finals MVP. You dig what I'm saying? And I think he on a mission to get that. This series is definitely going 7. Definitely going 7. The only reason it don't go 7 is if Minnesota shows signs of weakness. That's the only reason. So yeah, that's my picks, bro. Indiana in 6, Minnesota in 7. This is going to be crazy. This is going to be crazy. I was not expecting that second round to go like that. Who knows how this fucking conference final is finna go. And another reason why the Eastern Conference Finals is about to be bittersweet is because TNT, they're doing their last telecast, their last couple of telecasts, bro. Like, inside the NBA, unsullied by sponsorship since 1989, bro. And now it finally comes to an end in 2025. I'm going to miss Ernie, Shaq, Kenny, and Chuck all together, giving great NBA insight and just being fucking hilarious. I'm gonna miss that shit, bro. As an NBA fan for life, I'm going to miss that shit. Inside the NBA is really like the blueprint of all sports shows right now. If you really think about it, do your homework. Do your homework. But inside the NBA really is the blueprint of all sports shows right now, for sure. Hands down, no cap. I'm ready to see their going away documentary that they drop into. Shit, I might shed a couple tears, bro, looking at the memories, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But hey, all good things gotta come to an end, they say, unfortunately. But anyways, that's my end of my tangent there. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do y'all rock with me choosing Minnesota and Indiana to be in the NBA Finals? Or are you going to ride hard for your Knickerbockers and your OKC Thunder? Let me know in the comments. We could talk about it. We could squabble virtually. Goddamn. All right, y'all. Good night. I'm tired as hell.